exact same setup as yesterday's outro. I told you I was filming the intro immediately afterwards. But hi, my name is Jasmine. I run the Crochetery here on YouTube, and if you haven't seen all of the Yarnmas days, they will be spoiled from, like, the more you watch, like, they'll be spoiled from previous days, or at least some of the previous days, because, well, I'm human and I'm talking about Yarnmas. So, if you want to see all of Yarnmas in its entirety, you will have to rewatch all of the days, just so you don't miss anything if that's important to you. If it's not, welcome to this video. I do have a rather small one today, but first I do have to update my whiteboard. My handy dandy whiteboard. If you remember, I did not get to finish the pig yesterday. Bunny ears. So that is now on my list of things that I need to finish, because I didn't do that. Day 20, we still got a list out here to finish projects, you know. It's just what it is. There's still, well, there's now 9 things at the bottom, so I was neglecting yesterday's pig, which it's because I ran out of yarn, to be honest, of why it was neglected in the first place. I have to hot glue on a nose, which I'm probably going to wait until the last day to, like, hot glue everything, just in case that the next 3 days need something hot glued, which, if I'm right about the 4th day, it needs something hot glued on it. And I was going to add a headband up here, so just angry loud neighbors, I'm sorry, I can't help them, but I was going to add a headband, so that is now on my list of things to finish. But we have this little cutie here to open now. It's called EN Day. No idea, it's most likely from Joann's, because I think all of the yarns, to be honest, are from Joann's now, minus tomorrow's day, because it's PPXL, so I'm pretty sure it's Premier Parfait's XL yarn. The other 3, I don't recognize any, like, coding that she's got on them, so I'm assuming that the next, like, the rest of the days are Joann's after tomorrow's. So, I don't know what EN is. I'm a little curious. I know she was browsing a lot of things, but let's get it open. I don't know if it's 1 yarn or 2 yarns either. We'll just... Oh. Okay, so there's nothing else in there. It's just 1 yarn. It's Premier Eyelash. Okay. Oh. I'm sorry, I'm like, what is this? I've never felt this before. I'm confused. I didn't think it was going to be Premier, like I said. It's the color Eyelash. It's the brand Eyelash. It's the brand Premier. Label Eyelash. Called Navy. Good job. Good job, Jasmine. It just looks so funky. Like, let me show you guys. Like, it's super fine like that. But it just, like, in total, it feels so weird. I mean, I guess, like, I kind of does feel like an eyelash in a weird way. I don't know how I feel about this. It just feels weird to me, but, like, I keep feeling it. So I feel like I'm not gonna, like, know what, like, I'm not gonna have a confirmed opinion on this because it just feels weird to me, but I'm still feeling it. You know what I mean? You know, it's like, it's so weird that, like, I have to keep touching it. But it's 214 yards or 100 grams. And there was a little paper note. It says, make a cookie monster on here. I knew she wanted me to make a cookie monster. I didn't think it was going to be out of this, to be honest. I've seen this yarn before, and I wasn't, like, a big fan of it. Like, just from, like, looks, without even touching it. Like, looks alone, I was like, I don't think I'm into that. I still don't think I'm into this. Maybe it'll crochet out beautifully, and it'll change my mind. We'll see. We'll see. But as of now, it just looks really funky to me. Like, it just looks funky. But she says, make a cookie monster. I'm gonna try. This yarn looks so small, honestly, that I don't know, like, how it's gonna crochet out. So I'm probably gonna have to do, like, a test patch to see what it looks like crocheted. It's supposed to be crocheted with a 6mm hook. Look Look how small that is. A 6mm hook. I guess I'll trust the process, but like, damn. That's a process. That's a process. I am going to need a bit of white extra. I told her at the beginning, anything that you need extra, like, I'll just provide it because I have a whole bunch of yarn. So if you need a black, white, or anything like that, I would just don't even bother buying it. Save me some money and I will just get it myself. So I'm going to have to scavenge around for some white because I don't know what this is going to work up like. I mean, like, it's... It says it's a 5 bulky, so maybe I will use like velvet yarn to like match with it to make the eyeballs. But I'm most likely going to need my glue gun. I can make the eyeballs and sew them down. Problem is to get the black blotches, like the black like circles on the eyeballs. I'm going to need to hot glue them. See, this is why I put everything off until last minute, because this one's probably also going to need the hot glue gun. And I don't like plugging that in because it's hard to find. It's in like my like junk cord drawer, you know what I'm talking about? Where there's like a cord in there from a phone you had 3 years ago which doesn't fit anything else, but you kept it because you thought, well, maybe my next phone would, and it didn't, so you just kept it because you think maybe someone else will need it, and then it's still in there. Yeah, I had to scrummage it through that drawer to find my hot glue gun. So I don't like doing it. But I will give this a fair shot regardless of my weird feeling of it, and I will come back with an update as to what this actually crocheted like. We're back. I still have the Premier eyelash ball here, so your first instinct is probably, did you forget to say something? Like, did you forget to say something so you came back to tell us? No. No. And this frankly could go in my garbage can for all I care. I didn't end up using this. I tried. I didn't try. I tried once and then I was like, not happening. So with how thin it actually is and just the fact that it's fluffy yarn, it makes it even more difficult to work with if you were to just use fluffy yarn, which is usually thicker and a strand size. I do have a strand of fluffy yarn over here. So this is a normal size fluffy yarn, which is, in comparison, a lot thicker than the eyelash. And this is just a random scrap ball I have next to me. Drop that. So not only was it difficult to work with on just like a fluffy scale, it was also difficult to work with on like a feeling scale. Because with fluffy yarn, you have to feel the stitches, which you can't do when it's something this small. And it was also such a big hook size. So I was like, doesn't make sense because it's leaving such massive holes that I'm unable to count the stitches. And with fluffy yarn, you can't see the stitches. You have to rely on feeling them. My throat. So after about 5 minutes, I'll say, I was like, we're not using that. And I pulled out my own yarn I had, which was the Lion brand Gopher Fox in this vibrant blue, which I feel like is more of a Cookie Monster blue compared to this, but I know Lion brand's not on Premiere, and my friend just saw that and she was like, that might be cool. So I don't blame her on that. I just know for a fact that I do not want to use that yarn anymore. I'm probably never going to use that yarn, and it will haunt me on my yarn shelf. So I took this blue. I don't have a new ball to show because I was kind of just like off whim. I was like, screw it, I'm just going to use something I already have. So this is all the remnants of one ball. And if you know a Lion brand Gopher Fox, usually you need a couple balls of the color to get anywhere. Like my filbert back here, for instance, they're not that big compared to some of the things I have made. But I needed 2 of these light blue balls in order to achieve the entire thing. And there's nothing special on the back. So everything you see on the front's what you get. But this is leftover extras just from using 1 ball. So I only used 1 ball of blue. I kind of just winged the Cookie Monster pattern myself because I couldn't find one that was like super small that I loved. So if you want a pattern, for it, let me know. I will happily write it down and film a video for you guys. I will say, Box for Yarn's not the most beginner friendly, so I will probably have a beginner friendly version with like blanket yarn and a not so beginner friendly or like an intermediate version with the fluffy yarn. So if you're curious in that, let me know. Let me know. I didn't glue on the black pupils. I told you I wasn't going to. I have one more project that I need to make to hot glue stuff, and then I will go back and I will hot glue everything. I promise. But this is what Cookie Monster looks like. His head's like a little massive, but to be fair, he has been eating a lot of cookies. So he's got a very small body. Seriously. It's just not liking me. Not good today. But the body is one piece, the arms are sewed on, and the head is sewed on, and then the eyes were sewed on. So it's not a very good no-sew friendly pattern, but it's still super cute, I'd say. I am going to get the black circles on the eyes, and then I'm going to take some felt and make the little mouth as well. And if I have time after, I might crochet him like a small little cookie so he's holding a cookie, because it's Cookie Monster, you know, he needs a cookie. But yeah, this is the extra. So it only took one ball of the Lion Brand Gopher Fox, which is fantastic. But I still say it's cute. I mean, once it gets its black details, like the felting, it'll look like Cookie Monster. Right now, it's kind of just like, what is that? Like, it will, trust the process, it will look like Cookie Monster in the end. So if you want a pattern for this, I will do one on YouTube for free, because I don't like paying money for patterns. I can't imagine anyone else does. And just a reminder, the peanut butter and jelly jellyfish from one of the previous days, if you want a pattern for that too, let me know, because I'd be more than happy to do that as well. So, also the earwarmers that I've been making, I kind of just wung that myself too. So if you want an earwarmer pattern too, I can get you on that one too. A lot of possibilities. I'm not going to ramble on for much longer though, because I do have multiple other things to do. I'm a busy bee today, and it is the weekend of the holiday. It's cutting it down close to the wire, so I don't want to ramble an 8-minute outro any further. Today is done. This is going to sit in my yarn room and haunt me, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.